Hello, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Rita Valent, and this is Women Manifesting Dreams. Before I go to my guests, I want to tell them if you are a woman and you are probably 40 plus, you are fighting for quite some time with your, not with your business, but to take your business, your mission, your magic to more people. And you try all the things. You pay high ticket coaches, you try whatever. You watch YouTube videos, you name it, you did it, and it's not working. I'm inviting you to come and join us in I don't like the word free, but in a free way. I'm opening my community, the She Wolf Sisterhood, to all the women who feel aligned and the calling. We do co-creation calls, we do master classes, we do magical circles, and we do summits, and we have 7 days business revolution. And we are giving, 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 giving because we believe in getting things back. So I'm still looking for some experts and some elite for my next summit in 21 and 28 March. But after that, we'll have abundance activation, and we'll have so each season we'll have a different one. If you are feeling the calling and you are curious and you want to know what the heck, I don't know what she's talking about, but I like the energetics, just here somewhere on the comments, probably if you are watching this on Facebook, are going to be my my connection where you can join us totally free. It's not free because you are bringing your energetics and as well Janine contacts and all
Avarea.
her magic. That being said, it's so nice to see you, sister.
It's Avare.
Barry, I know, but um, it's nice to see you. When it was the last time?
Oh, a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were at our other center. Yeah, I think it was a couple of
2 years
years ago.
ago, probably.
Yeah.
How are you?
Ah, so well and blessed and grateful just
Mhm.
to be.
We are talking enough, and then I kind of cut you off because I didn't want to talk about this. Before we go to you and talk about your magic, let's talk about this moment in time or not time then we are experienced and how women are coming together and now a little bit more not only the digital but as well we are coming together in person and it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be upgrading because I'm going back to Europe and we're talking about where I was going to live in I'm thinking about Sardinia as well, and I'm thinking about all these things. And what I feel is this need to see my women and to hug them because it's time to feel people again and hug people again
Mm-hmm.
and kiss people again and say, I love you in your face. That
Yeah.
being said,
Yeah. The sisters are uniting.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
now, when I think about magic, you are one of the people who come always to my mind. So tell
Woo.
these beautiful people who you are, what you do, and who's your people.
Well, I am the founder of the Heart Star Ministry in Kauai, and our mission is to upgrade as many beings to light body consciousness as we possibly can. So,
Mm-hmm.
we've been operational here in Kauai for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we have mostly everyone that comes here has come word of mouth
Mm-hmm.
because they see the results of what we're doing here. It's quite um, glaring. Like when
Mm-hmm.
people come and work with us, the transformation that happens to their being, everyone notices. It's
Mm-hmm.
that
And
glaring.
it's something,
Uh,
it's in a, yeah. Sometimes you can, not sometimes. If you are open and you are connected to your intuition, at least that, even if you are not full awake, like you can feel that. And there is something about all of you, your mission. And it's 10 years already?
10 years.
Oh my
We
God.
we it's a frequency shift going through this process. So we take people through the process in the most gentle and loving way, to release density and upgrade their bodies to the light, and it works.
That's a great idea, boys, to like, okay, so as a person who just a few years ago was totally sleeping, I have a curiosity because I live with someone who's super realistic. And all the last, it is pure curiosity. Like the last couple of months have been very interesting energetically, right? Or I'm getting crazy.
I think globally,
Global.
actually, because the planet herself is going through this ritual purification. We're at the end of a very long cycle, and the planet is a sentient being, and she is going through her ritual purification. And so, we, as her stewards
Mm-hmm.
and extensions of her
Mm-hmm.
consciousness, Gaia,
Mm-hmm.
we are going through that process with her.
Okay.
And mm, it's a lot. Some people aren't getting on board. I don't know.
I know. And then it's that it's like, oh my God, this conversation is going to be deep straight away.
I think
That
what happens, we're in the Dwarapara Yuga. I don't know if you understand what the yugas are, but they're ages. And we go through these cycles, and we've been through them over and over again. So we're at a certain point in the planetary cycle,
oh.
okay, where it's a separation is happening. It's a separation. It's the way Great Mother Gaia puts everything and everyone in their right place. So we have, I think, the way I perceive it is we have a vast swath of people
Mm-hmm.
that have awakened
Mm-hmm.
and activated, and we are actually in service to the
Mm-hmm.
planet. And so
Mm-hmm.
there are beings who are solely in service to themselves.
Yes.
And so I
And
think that's becoming starkly contrasting.
it's, oh my God. Point one, listen to you telling then certain people who are in service to the planet. Um, I spent the last months in Colombia on a mountain, on a
Hmm.
beautiful, insane mountain. I never felt so many. I never did know what was happiness. It's the
Hmm.
state of soul, of
Yeah.
whole, and I did not know at 44. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But one thing then did I saw happen in my dear partner in crime in this journey was keeping telling me that it was going to happen, and I was like, I'm still like operating in both sides. So I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And in the moment to the other, I start seeing, and I'm going to include my father on that as well, start seeing a lot of people not stay on this dimension and going, but
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And
Well,
even
some
like,
beings have completed what they
yeah.
came here for. Some beings have this. We're in the year of completions this year. We're also in the most. We go through solar maximums and solar minimums every 11 years. So
Mhm.
we're in a solar maximum cycle right now, and it's the most like strongest solar maximum
Last
ever
year was
recorded.
insane in
Oh,
London.
we had more X flares last year than ever. Ever.
I don't know in Fahrenheit, but I had a moment. I don't know in Fahrenheit, and I wish, but please everyone Google it. I had a moment in May where my life exploded for many different reasons. And I remember, and it was the Dragon's Year, and I remember
Hmm.
be driving, and I'm Mexico in that moment. I'm driving, and the car marks 47 degrees Celsius. What I
Yeah,
lived in Africa, I stayed on the desert, and it's like
yeah,
I never did experience. And the more I open myself, the more
Thank you.
sensitive I
Brilliant.
am to the collective.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a
Yeah.
very, it has been a very interesting. And then there, what I want to, I'm kind of like asking you for wisdom because um, you start seeing then the old patterns they used to have in your life. You cannot have them anymore because they,
Mm.
or
Well,
you don't, or you don't, or you
this
disintegrate.
influx of solar light is actually plasmic. So it's burning stuff out of the planetary field. It's burning
Literally.
old, literally,
Yeah.
for real. And we're being bombarded with radiation. So, um, we're because the planet herself is upgrading to her light body,
Mhm.
the consciousness of light.
Mhm.
So we everything that especially last year was a big
Last
karmic
year
year. It was a huge karmic year
was
for
one of the most dramatic and intense from the
hmm
beginning to the end
yeah, yeah,
of my life. The last,
yeah,
like, but at the same
yeah. But you came
time,
through it.
yeah,
Yeah,
at the same
you came
time,
through it with the upgrades. I've been watching you.
at the same time, I need to tell, and I don't, I'm going to try to be less specific as possible. So my father died a few days before my birthday. My birthday is 21 December, what is winter solstice, which is very
hmm
interesting. And as well, very, whatever. I don't know why I was born there, but for some reason it
It's
is.
auspicious.
And then I was super depressed. And I'm living in Colombia, in the middle of nowhere, and I should not say the country, but in the middle of nowhere because I don't want people to think bad things. I arrived here thinking terrible things, and then I fell in love, and then I put my guards down, and I'm walking on the middle of a forest at 9 a.m. of Sunday, and someone tries to kidnap me, and I was very depressed, and I was with that thought, and I don't want to be alive.
Yeah.
My
Wow.
father just went out. My mom died
Wow.
a long time ago. And I had
Wow.
this calling of him, come with me, this thing. And in
Wow.
moment then they try, and I'm not going to be specific because I fight for
Wow.
my life, but I
Honey.
fight because in the moment then they said they are going to, point one was immortals, and I felt offended. I felt, and I'm joking, and it's not a joke, it's just how our soul comes out. And I'm 1 meter, I'm small, I'm short, and I'm I fight jiu-jitsu when I was little, and I always fight against everyone, and I was like, my father teach me how to fight since I was young.
Mine too. My father too.
And I said no, no, it's not going to happen. And
Good for
I
you.
arrived totally physically. I was purple, and like nothing more did happen, but I fight a lot, and I have no clue. Uh, but that ends of the year was in 1 week was my 44th birthday. My father just decided to unalive himself, and that did happen. And it sounds like a Mexican. Sorry, I don't want to be like, it sounds like a Latin novella series, but I
Yeah,
just
it
felt and
is.
was
It is.
how you look to something. Like how I look at it is like I am done of not living my life and feel trapped in shame and guilt and all the weight that is not mine.
Yeah.
And no, I don't want to go away.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know I'm not allowed.
it sounds like to me that there, like again, it was a karmic year, and it
Mm.
sounds like that there was karmic entanglements with these
Oh,
individuals. Okay, let's
I-
just hold on.
mm.
Let's just drop the roles. Father, boyfriend, friend. Let's drop the roles for a minute and look at the action, right? There were some old karmic entanglements
Oh,
there.
100%.
I'd probably done that to you before. Okay.
100%.
And what I heard from your story is it called forth. your will to be
Mhm.
and that you fought for your life. And that's actually really precious. It's really precious because here you are,
It
unharmed,
is. It
alive,
is.
and well,
I.
moving moving on
I.
to life.
It is. It is very interesting because point one, I decide like it's enough to live on the middle of nowhere, with no like security is just a real thing. So I want to get back to the
Well,
normal.
something I'd like to point out to the feminine, especially in this day and age, because she's coming back into her power, is that we have to source our safety and everything. And the way we do that is through our feeling body. When I am afraid, I magnetize what I'm afraid of. When I feel an enmity towards something, I magnetize that, right? So that the feminine body is magnetism, okay? And she magnetizes what she feels. So
Oh,
this is
that is
how
straight to the point.
right? I really want to call to the sisters with regard to this because we have gone through a very long cycle of um, abuse and trauma,
All
and
of
because
us.
that's
I
stored.
cannot find one person who could
No,
cross my path.
we all look. Being born is the most traumatic thing we've ever experienced, really. And what happens is when we hold trauma in our soma, in our material, we feel that until we heal it, we have to feel it. And we magnetize what we feel. So I'm feeling something. That feeling body is magnetic and it will magnetize what you feel so that it can be cleared. So
Mhm,
that's a very empowering place to be
mhm.
when you are knowing that you're sourcing your safety in everything. Just that you're here having this conversation is proof of that.
And
You sourced your safety there.
I,
But that was
I,
some old karmic material
yeah,
that you needed to face that.
I totally feel then when I crossed that line, it
Hmm.
felt like crossing.
Totally. Totally.
And
Yeah.
I decide consciently,
You said
like,
no
no,
more.
no, 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 no. Yes, exactly. So no F way is
No.
going to happen.
It's
And
nobility.
yeah, it's and it is very interesting. And I'm talking and I'm sharing this because I went through all kinds of trauma. The majority of us did went, and it's just like I am not going to allow no one else to take my rights of feeling beautiful, sexy, intelligent, powerful, rich, whatever, because I decide what I do with what happens to me or for me. Is easy? No, it's scary.
Well, my premise on that is we're not responsible for what happens to us, but we are responsible for the healing.
Oh, and
We're not responsible for the
healing
healing.
is for the brave ones, because
Yeah.
so
Well,
much shit
healing
cannot be seen.
requires feeling. We have to feel into those places that actually magnetize that action, and that's being ruthless with ourselves.
Have you?
I
Yeah.
I get I to choose how I feel.
hmm Do you believe then? I was seeing a reel the other day about how in all the families there needs to be a black sheep who, who decides to heal, and he goes,
I'm the total black
"I'll,
sheep of my family, so
I have 100% like fits me. If the two
I tend to
things
think
that
the black sheep become the golden child.
oh, I am going to build a brand just around that thing, just
I
trusting.
had I had a whisper in my ear very early on in my life, and it said, "Do not conform."
Oh no. And if someone
and I
tells you you
listened to it.
cannot, you said, watch me. It's
Well,
like,
that's the black sheep are the anti-conformists. They don't conform to the familiar
mm, mm,
family. They don't
mm,
conform to the familial karmic um, miasmic imprints because we incarnate with people we have karmas with. I mean, I have people that I incarnated on this planet that were my mortal enemies in past lives. Okay,
mm,
so and then, the black sheep are the ones who tend to not conform
mm.
to that
It's very
familiar
interesting.
karma.
It's very interesting what you are telling because my mortal, not mortal, but yeah, my mortal enemy on the last many years. After this episode, after this thing, I reach out to her, and I felt the need to say sorry because I did things, or I was responsible for things that did happen that I'm not proud of. And being in conversation with my mortal enemy was my mortal. It's very interesting how mortal enemies as well feel like family. It's like a weird thing. And
Well,
we have
I'll give you.
been with this conversation back and forth, and it has been super healing for, I believe, both of us.
Well, when we bring all beings close to our heart, there are no enemies.
Yeah.
The enemy is actually a projection of my mind,
Okay.
right? When I bring all beings close to my heart, there are no enemies.
Mm,
There's no enemies in the heart space. There's just love. So I had people in this lifetime that I had, karma with in past lives.
mm,
And, it's up in Hawaii, there's a practice called Ho'oponopono.
mm.
It means to
I
make
love you.
right.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Well, it's even beyond
There on
that.
that. Yeah.
That's a very
Very cheapy
bastardized
merchandising, but
and culturally indoctrinated idea of
okay.
it. It's actually not the truth of Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono means that there's something not right with me, and it keeps showing up in my life.
Okay.
And so I need to go make right with myself. And when I do that, I can say those things. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Because that's how I make right with myself. It has nothing to do with another
Mm,
because there is no other. And
mm,
so Ho'oponopono means to make right with oneself.
mm.
And when you make right with oneself, the external changes.
That is so
It
true.
changes.
That is so true. The same person that is in your life having a behave for a certain amount of years, when you change, that changes well. It's
It's
very
just the truth
interesting.
of life. It's
Oh,
just the truth of life.
I,
So it's just the truth of life because really there is only one,
mm,
right? So a lot, again, with the Ho'oponopono, I can go and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you to somebody.
uh-huh.
It's a lot of lip service.
Lip
Okay. And a
service.
lot of people are into that.
Yeah, lip
And it
service.
sounds really good.
I like the
It
expression lip
sounds really
service.
good, but if I'm actually not integrating
Mm,
that there's something that I need to heal. If
okay.
I'm not integrating that story and that situation, it's going to come up again. I'm
100.
going to have to look at it again until I integrate that part of my being and heal it.
Hi. Okay. What can people like people the people watching now that are feeling the tingling on their body each time you share every little vibrational in form of words that you are doing, and your energetics that are so beautiful, so magic, and I can like listen to you like a full 24 hours no sleeping, just learning and integrating. If they are going through a bit of what I go each time I have the opportunity to be with you, what do you have for them? How they can experience your magic? How do they visit? There is other things.
Oh, well, our website, altaroflife.org, um, clearly states what our mission is here. And we offer individualized cleansing retreats that offer multidimensional um, cleansing and purification. So We go multidimensionally through the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects of our being. And so that we can actually have that space to look at like what's there and release it and let it unravel and send it back to its source. So we have an online offering where we can guide you from home in that process. And we've worked with thousands of people, and everyone gets activated through this process. And it happens to be my practice for the last 25 years. So it's my offering to life, my own practice, and the merit of that for the benefit of other beings. So feeling is a language. It's the language of the body, and it's mostly unarticulated because we can't talk about a feeling. We can refer to a feeling. We can say, I'm feeling anxious, but the actual feeling of anxiousness is a feeling, and it needs to be felt and metabolized and integrated. So, because most do not take that time and energy to actually go into a feeling totally without a narrative, without my mind, in my body,
Mm-hmm.
feeling, then I don't, most people don't give themselves the opportunity to actually integrate and metabolize that feeling. And so that feeling keeps coming up in the external realm as a trigger to get me to feel that again and to get me to feel that over and over again until I actually move into that feeling totally and allow it because the body is really just the soul trying to catch up to itself, and the way that happens is through integrating our feeling body. Then we become, once those feelings, all those feelings are felt and processed and metabolized and honored, like even the worst feelings can be honored for just being a feeling, right? And once we do that, we actually become lighter.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It seems arduous and difficult, but when we give ourselves, especially for women, when we give ourselves the spaciousness to do that, it actually creates more vibratory power, real power
So
to
thank
vibrate and to speak truth to life and to mean what I say and to come from a purely vibratory place
you.
that's truthful. So, like, if I feel anxious, I stop and I'm like, I'm feeling anxious right now. And then I tune in with her and I give her what she needs, which is all of my presence, all of my love, all of my compassion. And when I do that for her, I'm actually have greater capacity to give that to another.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to say bye to these beautiful people here with us, and then I'm going to say bye to you properly in 1 second. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope if you are watching this, you are wondering, go and check all the links. So we will have the links here somewhere. And vibrate and open yourself to heal and to live what you deserve and not what you
Yeah.
are living right now. My name is Rita Valente. This is Women Manifesting Dreams. Keep living your dream and make it happen. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.